everyone, this is Peak Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another video for you, and this will be my thoughts and review on Red Sonja, the latest movie. Released on limited capacity back in July and August 2025, before later going on digital video on demand on August the 29th of 2025, it stars Maltilda Lutz in the lead role alongside Wallis, RobertSheehan, Michael Bisping and Rona Mitra. It was directed by MJ Bassett. Now, this is the second cinematic adaptation of Red Sonja, a character created for Marvel Comics by writer Ray Thomas and artist Barry Windsor Smith. The character came into presence back in 1973, making her debut on Conan the Barbarian issue number 23, with her being integrated into Conan's history within the Hyborian Age. After her family and village within Hyrcania are slaughtered, she grows up on a never-ending quest for revenge. And the movie itself follows this outset where we see in the beginning a young Sonja witnessing the destruction of her village by barbarians. After fleeing, she grows up in the beginning hunting down mercenaries who go to kill animals. When attacking the mercenaries, she is captured and introduced to Emperor Dragan, who is collecting creatures for battles within his arena. Using advanced technology, he plans to extend his empire within the Hyrcanian forests, of which Sonja has knowledge of. After refusing to give him the knowledge that he needs, Sonja is sent to the capital to fight in their games alongside other slave gladiators. After proving her worth in combat, Sonja galvanizes the slaves to lead an uprising against Dragan and his quest for ultimate knowledge. Now, Red Sonja has always been a cult favourite character, more so within comics. After the failure of the 1985 film starring Bridget Nielsen, fans have wondered when we would get another attempt at a live-action adaptation, especially after the rejuvenation of the sword and sorcery fantasy genre in modern times, which was propelled by the epic Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy. But sad to say, Red Sonja in 2025 is yet another generic, bland fantasy adventure, a low standard that we've seen far too often, especially in the fields of streaming. And like so many entries, it just has that B-grade, low-budget streaming feel to it. Now, fans were hoping for a return to the mature fantasy epic movies that we would see in the 80s, whether it be the likes of 1982's Conan the Barbarian or Excalibur from 1981. But they will be disappointed here, as this has none of the cinematic verve or imagination or boldness that made those type of films so special. Now, probably the film's biggest issue overall is the editing, which is very choppy. We do get small, bite-sized scenes and sequences of the attack on Sonja's village to begin with, and this is one of many examples of how the storytelling is just muddled. We never get a true transition of Sonja's warrior-like prowess. She's just here already, competent and skilled and fierce, and already feared by many people. Yes, the plot does establish why her knowledge of the Hyrcanian forests is wanted, but you never really feel her speciality or indeed her worthiness within the film. You never truly get that compelling drive for her quest for vengeance, again what we had so much of in the 1982 Conan movie. Another issue here is the main villain, Emperor Dragan, who as a character just never works. His whole setup of harnessing creatures with technology is a bit of a stretch, especially as to how a slave boy could rise to such prominence. Why he doesn't use the control of the creatures to conquer all of the lands, rather than just staging conquests in arenas, is never fully addressed. And unfortunately, this is the type of villain that we are seeing far too often in mainstream movies. The wimpy, snarky boy who has all of the empire and the entitlement, but none of the menace or true presence or threat level that you need for a villain within this type of story. And you never buy him as a convincing antagonist, and RobertSheehan's overacting just doesn't help and proves to be very annoying. I had far more interest in Wallis Day's Anisha, the aspiring empress to Dragan's empire, who suffers from having mental voices constantly speaking to her inside her mind. She was far more interesting, and I would have preferred her to be the main antagonist overall. So we then talk of Sonja herself, and I'll give the lead actress Maltilda Lutz some credit. She makes a fair fist of it, trying to keep a constant stoicness. Sometimes when she tries to show a bit more emotion or range, it doesn't work. We get some laughable expressions as she strains to convey any sense of concentrated emotion. But overall, she looks convincing enough in a role, and kudos to her for wearing the iconic bikini metal armor that is so intrinsic to the character. And at least the film makes a logical reason for her wearing it, and she does look okay in the fight sequences, overall convincing enough. But at other times, the sequences themselves, again, aren't up to the standard that you would want. They come across as too clunky and nondescript to make any lasting impression. You won't refer to any characters here in terms of their names or what they are about or where they come from. So when we see them come under any type of adversity or meet their deaths, it has no true impact or emotion. Now, I do believe there was potential here. We do get elements of a wider mythology and world building, but the film never spends enough time to really capitalise on any of that potential. I do believe that a great modern Red Sonja movie can be made, as what goes the same also with a modern day Conan the Barbarian film. But as with the awful Jason Momoa version back in 2011, this Red Sonja just seems much more of a cash-in, a very lazy, low budget, very rushed adaptation, lacking the true epic scope and magnitude that you'd want to see from this type of fantasy story. And sadly, it is yet again another failed effort in terms of Red Sonja, in terms of a movie adaptation. So there's my thoughts and feelings when looking back at Red Sonja from 2025. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any other further movie suggestions or any other topics or issues within the pop entertainment and culture scene that you'd like to see me cover within the channel, let me know within the comments, and I will see if I can provide further subject matter for you within the future. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you very, very soon.